Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot. Right now people are probably. I'm sure on the message boards or people are frustrated. By him. Let him walk to LSU or USC or whatever other job his name is being bandied about for. Um, I think once people get over, and once the dust settles on this, maybe people will, realize like, I don't think Penn State's going to do better than James Franklin, frankly. At least in terms of like recruiting purposes. Like, wait, the names that keep getting bandied about, Luke Fickell, Matt Campbell. They're good coaches, but they strike you as I don't know. They strike me as guys that are gonna either recruit at or better than what this staff is currently doing. So it's just
Yeah, I don't see as fast improvement. Honestly, I think it'd be kind of taking a big swing, hoping for the best. But
that's what it
I don't
was.
know.
Yeah.
I definitely want to keep building, and I like I know it's been slow and steady, but I love the progress that we've been seeing. Even it's been gradual progress, but then pretty much every year we're going to have games, one or two games like this where all that progress kind of feels like it's going out the window because you feel no matter how much progress we make, history is gonna keep repeating itself. So we're gonna bring in this number one recruiting class and this 5-star quarterback, and 2 years from now, we lay an egg against Maryland, or we lay an egg against Minnesota or someone, and we're kind of right back in the spot. So I don't know. I don't know. The games like this make me wonder: are we going to get over the hump with Franklin, or is it kind of the best we can hope for is having some of these seasons like we've had, where you go 11-2 and go win the Cotton Bowl, go to the Orange Bowl, go to the Fiesta Bowl, and beat a Washington? And I don't know. Those seasons are great. They were fun. They were satisfying in a way, but at some point you just got to wonder: are we going to get over this hump, or are we not? So I don't know. And right now,
Now,
it's
I
pretty
guess
easy
to
to
further to speculate, do you still think James Franklin is Penn State's head coach in 2022, even despite the way the season seems to be going off the rails all of a sudden?
I'm leaning yes, unless I think the only thing that happens is if he does lose control of the team. I don't think he's going to be run out of town necessarily, by any means.
He's not
I
getting
do
run.
kind of wonder if he kind of comes to that conclusion where I'm just not going to be able to turn the corner here. And, his other suitors. The other thing, too, though, I kind of wonder is, after a game like today, and like we're talking, if they're going to have these same struggles with Clifford's health and the run defense, they drop, 2, 3, 4 more games. Is LSU still going to come calling?
Or USC.
Could you imagine LSU fan base saying, "Hey, we're going to bring James Franklin fresh off these losses to Illinois and Maryland, and losing to every ranked team on the schedule, the schedule in the back half of the season"? Is that what they want? Is there going to be any excitement at that point, like there would be, last week if they were able to land him?
Yeah, I guess the other concern is what happens to the recruiting class. We're not talking about Franklin leaving, for example, but just do they hang on to this? That's it, because that's the thing. I guess with all the speculation about him and the USC LSU jobs, it was also the fact that the timing for Franklin to leave would feel odd in the sense that he's got a tremendous recruiting class, maybe his best ever, because you've got the number one quarterback, Drew Allar, committed.
Absolutely.
It looks like the kind of QB that can get your team over the hump into the kind of what Deshaun Watson did for Clemson when they were kind of stuck they were kind of in the same kind of limbo as Penn State. They were win 9, 10, 11 games most years, but they always drop a couple, including, a dumb one like today. They would, Clemsoning was a term. I don't know if you're old enough to remember Clemsoning being a term.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was
Penn
quite a
State.
while.
Like it's it always seems to be one dumb loss we seem to have every year.
Yeah, and this is even worse than that one dumb loss, because it's not like you're playing a competent Michigan, like a team, Michigan State and Iowa, teams like that, even like a Purdue. Well, they could have years where they're about 500, but they're still going to be, a tough team to beat. They're not, like think about Michigan State 2018. They're kind of that classic team that they're not going to beat themselves. They're going to stick around and try to make a play at the end. And those games are very frustrating in themselves. But then today was just a game where they weren't playing one of those teams today, and they still just could not get anything going, and lost to team that's looked pretty poor. Look like pretty much the worst Big Ten team for most of the season. So this is kind of beyond one of those baffling losses that we've had in the past.